Welcome back to Marta from Sparta. Thank you so much for spending some day with me. I really appreciate you. We're having super fun and exciting project as always going on today. Today actually inspiration for this video was thanks to one of my follower, which she left a comment, and that's her handle, with request if I can show how did I make my sweatshirt, which I appeared in this sweatshirt I think a month ago. That's the sweatshirt I am talking about, and I made this sweatshirt by myself. Super easy, super fun, a super fast project. You can watch TV and make it, and I will teach you how to make it. And another thing is, the spring is coming, and this type of vibe is actually going to be trending. Only we're gonna stay on trend, but we also gonna use our old clothes to create something which is stylish and everyone will be wearing this spring and this summer, and we're gonna have so much fun. So thank you so much for, I believe Marisa, I don't remember the name, for inspiring this video. And I'm gonna explain what we will need. I will take you to the table, but first I'm gonna show you few inspiration images. I'm gonna show you few designers which actually using doilies or this style of kind of crochet appliques to create some fun pieces for spring and summer. So let's go to my sewing table and I'm gonna show you everything I got, and I'm gonna share it in link. Okay, so I'm gonna make two-piece set. Previously I made a sweatshirt, which you guys see on the screen right now. It took me, I don't know, an hour to make it because it wasn't big, really deal. I just saw something similar on somewhere on social media, on the internet, and I said, oh my goodness, it's not a big deal. It's a beautiful piece for jeans. So we went thrift flipping, and I got few pieces. Some of them are brand new. This is size 6. It's a little bit too big on me, but oh well. It's fun. It's a linen. At least it says it's a linen. You know, I don't know how much truth is to that, but these are like linen pants. And if you're gonna be doing exactly what I'm doing here, I highly encourage you to look at what the clothes are made of, right? So let me look again. Maybe I was getting linen pants for something else. Actually, no, it's actually, yeah, it is linen. It's 50% linen and 50% cotton. Good. So I got these pants because I like the style of it. They are like a wide leg pants. They're linen, which you're gonna see why I'm keep saying that and why I'm keep repeating that. They have a lot of like yellowish spots going on here, a lot, like all over them. They see, like they have a lot of stains, like kind of like a yellow stains. I'm not sure if that's very visible on the camera or not, but they were $2, and they were with the you know, like still with the tag. So I really like that nobody wore them before, and I got them, and I thought they are previously because we're making something for summer. We're gonna get back to that in a minute. So I got the pants to show you because I see a lot of like pieces, like sets, and I also see a lot of pants with this specific trend. So I got the pants, and since Marissa asked me to do this project, it's same concept. I'm gonna same concept with the pants, and I got a sweatshirt, and the sweatshirt is also 100% cotton. This is like Forever One sweatshirt I got, and it also has yellow stains and other stains all over it, mostly yellow stains, a lot of yellowish going on. And I got it because it has puffy sleeves, guys. So, you know, it's me. I had to pull something which is in my style. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn it into a spring set. I'm just gonna take this tag off immediately since I told you that, because it's so itchy on the neck. I hate those things. So that's some Forever 21. So I spent on these two pieces $7, okay? And actually they're the cheapest items for this project. And now I got on Amazon few doilies. And that's the doilies which I used on this sweatshirt, which Marisa was asking me for how did I make it. They kind of on the yellowish side, but they feel more cotton. They feel more natural. And now I'm gonna tell you where I'm going with it. You probably know if you know me, because we're thrift flipping, and I got everything with the yellow stains, and the butter yellow is still popular, and yellow is still popular, and will be also petal pink will be popular. A lot of fun colors is popular. I bought everything in white because I am planning to dye it. And I am not a specialist in dyeing, so I have no clue how this is gonna come out. It might come out as a huge disaster. The whole point is, before I'm gonna even dye it, I just want to show Marissa and other subscribers how did I make the other sweatshirt, and the dyeing part is up to you. As you see on the other sweatshirt, I use doilies as they are because I really like the kind of off-white, yellowish white against this kind of denim blue sweatshirt, and I kept it like that. So what I did, I chose the doilies of the size and the design which I like, because, and I'm gonna link them in description below. That's the ones which I use for the other sweatshirt, and I choose the one which I want to have on my chest, and the smaller one for my elbows. And just to tell you, this set of doilies, they don't come in set of two exactly same ones. There is like 5 or 6 of them. If we talk specifically this set and the set which I use for this blue sweatshirt, there is 6 doilies, and each of them is different. So if you're gonna take a closer look at the sweatshirt which one of my subscribers is asking for, each of elbow has different doily, which I don't care. That's the whole fun part about it. I found the similar kind of like middle sizes for the elbows, but each of them is different. So I am leaning toward using those because they feel very natural, and I think they're gonna be very good if I'm planning to dye the whole set. On the other hand, I'm gonna tell you this: if this sweatshirts and pants they didn't have stains, I would probably use the off-white anyway. And I like this kind of like a different combinations of colors. And if you're gonna look at some inspiration images which I'm showing you, it's not necessarily the lace is exactly same color as the main fabric of the main piece. Some designers, they do what I'm telling you to do. They use very wide base, and they do the doilies kind of like an off-white, and it looks gorgeous. But because I bought the set which has a lot of yellow stains, I am bracing for impact of trying to do some dyeing by myself, fabric dyeing. And now I'm gonna show you the other set which I got. This is also from Amazon, and I use them on something else, but I am very skeptical. And if you're planning to do what I'm doing and dye the whole set later, it says they're cotton. I am preparing myself that whatever I'm gonna use, if it's gonna be this or that, this piece is gonna dye differently. They're not gonna dye the same way. So even though I'm preparing to kind of have a set, I kind of think, and again, I do not have that much experience with dyeing fabrics, that this whole set, each piece gonna come out slightly different color. Sweatshirt gonna be different, doily is gonna be different, and the pants will be different. That's what I'm actually thinking. And I am okay with that, because I think as long as everything gonna be in general same shade, it could be super, super, super fun. So I might actually use those. They feel more, I don't know how to say, like synthetic, those. So they might come out super light and they're gonna stand out more. So this I would use only if I would do probably some contrasty and would want them to leave them alone. But I also got those, which are super, super yellowish, which are gorgeous. I love the design on it. I really, really love. But this I will use only if I can use white to white. If I'm gonna do the concept which I'm telling you about, that I'm gonna use beautiful white base and I'm gonna leave them the color they are. They are gorgeous. They also feel more synthetic. And these are like 2 of each. So you can actually use exactly same on the elbows and match the elbows if you want to, and do one in the middle like that. So I'm gonna link all these 3 sets in description below. And I think as far as this project goes, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put them in the bags they came with, so I will be able to refer what it is later. So I think I am kind of on the fence how I want to do it. Number 1 idea is first dye everything separately and then attach doilies to my sweatshirt. The other idea is attach doilies first and then dye everything together. But the concept number 2, what I'm struggling with, I'm afraid that if I will attach the doilies to the sweatshirt, everything under not gonna dye really nicely. So for example, if the doily gonna move or something, it's not gonna be even dye, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna dye everything separately. I'm gonna choose what I want to use. Oh my goodness, look at this one. This star is gorgeous. Or this one. Oh, I'm in trouble. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think how I want to do it, and I'm leaning more toward the concept of I'm gonna dye everything separately, because if one day I just want to remove the doily out of my sweater, I'm gonna have beautifully dyed sweater with fluffy sleeves. Okay, so I understand that the sweater which Marisa asked me to has something on the elbows, but it's exactly same concept. This one I'm just gonna do something in the middle without the sleeves, and I want to attach also doilies on my pants, and I'm kind of like thinking just doing you know, like few on the bottom, not going all the way to the top. You can see a lot of inspiration images. You can do whatever you guys want to. I'm just showing you some ideas, but design part I'm leaving to you, because I'm not trying to copy anyone. I'm just trying to design my own pieces based on actually upcoming trend. So that's the color which I want to use. Pastels going to be trending. Very light pinks going to be trending. And I have a lot of pink clothes. And you can use any color you guys want to. If you like to wear something black, use black. Whatever color is dominating in your wardrobe and gonna complement pieces which you already have for this summer. Also think about the trends, but I love trends, but if something is like very weird trend, I'm gonna buy only one piece, because I try to buy pieces which are timeless, which I can combine them with upcoming trends or different trends. So I love pink, and I think petal pink will be trending. I mean, very light pastel pink. I chose petal pink. And I think I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna dye the whole set together. And this is like a washing machine dye. And the more clothes you're gonna put with it, the lighter they're gonna come out. So if you want very saturated color, I'm recommending put fewer pieces. Like for example, I'm gonna put only this, because I really want everything to come out this color. If I'm gonna add something else to it, less likely it's gonna come out so rich and saturated. So it's Peony Pink. That's what I'm using. That's the brand. I'm gonna link it in the description below for you guys. And now I'm just gonna throw everything in wash, follow directions on my dye, and once I'm gonna do that, then we're gonna get to the part how we actually attach the doilies into the sweatshirt of the pieces, and how I actually did my original sweatshirt, which inspired this video. And actually it's also upcoming trends, so I was ahead of trend. So pad is in here, and I added my pink jumpsuit for painting this because it lost a vibrance, and I like very vibrant pink. And I think that I look how much weight we can do per one pad. So I just want to use the jumpsuit also to add a little bit of color. And you know, maybe it's gonna add some color, maybe not, but also using this only for 2-3 pieces, it's kind of waste. So we will see what's gonna happen. I am very curious. Uh-oh, it's happening, guys. I did some dyeing before, but it was jeans, and I bleached the jeans and made them patch a little bit. So even they wouldn't come out even, I was always happy with it. But this is like a solid white pieces, guys. So I don't know. I see like the dye like spilling all over the white pieces, and it's like kind of patchy there, but well, we'll see. Do you see that? Oh my goodness, I'm scared. I used the in washer dyes before. Uh-oh, look at that. So in a washing machine, so they are really, really safe for your washing machine. It's really fun. The only tip, which is also probably common sense for you guys, after doing that, you have to run empty load or like old towels or something, and run a dark clothes as your first next wash. But you still have to run empty cycle with detergent after you do that. Oh, look at this. And all doilies are already in color, but it's more like purple, not a pearl pink. Is also watching. Lee, are you watching what's gonna happen? Lanunia, jest mój śliczny piesek, śliczny. Okay, the cycle is over. Well, pants surprisingly came out pretty nice, even color, guys. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Very, very light pink. Actually, they came petal pink. Doilies didn't budge at all. I put actually the other ones as well. Didn't get any color. Same. Sweatshirt. Indeed, it's very... Sweatshirt and pants, they came out the same. But none of the doilies actually grab any color. No. So I guess we're gonna have petal pink with white. That's the jumpsuit which I throw there to add additional color to it. Yep, nothing, literally nothing from the doilies got the color, even the ones which are quote cotton. So yeah, I'm gonna dry my stuff, I'm gonna run additional load, and we're gonna get to the next part of the video. You can hear my dryer in the background, but that's how the color came out. And I love the color. I'm not sure how it comes out on the camera, but I have natural lights set up as my studio lights, so it should look fairly good. I'm gonna look, when I'm gonna put the video together, I'm gonna get a closer look. But they didn't come out really petal pink. They are more on the purple side. And I have to say that as far as the linen goes and my shirt goes, that's why I wanted to match the fabric. It had to be a cotton, so the color gonna be same since I am making a set. They came out exactly same. Now, as far as doilies goes, this didn't budge at all. This we didn't use, obviously, and that's the other ones which were kind of on the yellowish side. They kind of grab a little bit pink, but not what I was actually hoping for. I thought it's gonna be exact same color since they cotton, quote, as the... same as my set. So now I have to make an executive decision. If I want to make my design using white ones, which it's not actually a terrible idea, because this, I think, maybe for summer they're too heavy, or I actually want to use those as an off-white. But I'm gonna sit a minute because this is not the part of the video. I'm gonna sit a minute and make the executive decision if I want to have something which are more like a creamy look, because this is creamy and I'm not opposite to it at all. I really like this kind of creamy vibe. Maybe I'm just gonna pin it, hang it, and look at it for a few minutes. And the same thing I'm gonna do with my pants. I'm gonna pin the creamy parts and see how it looks, and then I'm gonna explain how I did it on my original sweatshirt. So I made my executive decision that I will actually use the ones which were originally kind of yellowish, and they kind of grabbed a little bit of the pink tint. I think they look more organic. And you know, sometimes we wear like a bathing suits or a crochet stuff on summertime, right? So I think they're going really nicely. I think the whites were definitely too white, but again, beauty is in the eye of beholder. And I'm just telling you guys, if you're gonna be using same doilies I did, that's what happened as far as dyeing goes. The thing which I want to mention, even if you're not going to be doing a dyeing process as I did, I would recommend pre-wash them. So they're gonna shrink if they need to shrink. If they don't, they don't. I did it with my first sweater, and I washed them and then I ironed them. Before I actually went back on camera after I dried them, they didn't came up like this from the washing machine. I actually did iron them again. So as I said, this set doesn't have two exactly same ones, which doesn't bother me. So I'm just gonna place 2 on one side and 2 on the other side, and I don't want to go higher than that. But again, this is me and this is my design, and I'm doing what works for me and what I like. I'm just showing you how to make it. And now you have 3 options: either use sewing machine or hand stitch it or just glue it. What I did with original sweater, after I washed the sweater and after I washed doilies and I ironed them flat, what I did, I pinned them wherever I want them. Then I used fabric fusion, and I didn't glue them around. I just glued them in the, you know, like the high points. So when the fabric lays flat and the doily lays flat, I actually just glue them on each point, each high point and the middle. Okay, I chose to do hand stitching because I don't know, I like it, and I am not that great with the sewing machine to do like exactly as design goes. I am not that good yet. So I decided to do hand stitching, and I used basically a thread which is in neutral color. And if you're doing a hand stitching, you're not gonna see that at all. You just basically go around, and that's it. And what happened is, if you're gonna use the glue will help you hold the doilies in place when you basically hold the fabric like this and you are hand stitching. This way you're not gonna move it. This way the doily is shape it's supposed to be, and everything gonna go nice and smoothly. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna use fabric fusion. I'm gonna place a dot in a few crucial places, basically on every high point and in the middle. I'm gonna wait an hour until the fabric fusion gonna get tacky. It's not gonna completely dry in 1 hour, it dries in 4 to 5 hours, but if you're gonna leave it for an hour or 2, it's gonna get tacky enough to hold your design in place. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the closest thread to possible to the doily and just gently hand stitch them. I mean gently, it has to be good enough that it's gonna survive your future washing, but please wash them, dry them and iron them, so you're gonna be sure that next time you're gonna wash your garment, when the doilies are attached, it actually will stay and it's not gonna shrink and it's not gonna cause issues. And I would say don't use ton of it, because if something gonna shrink, you're gonna have that huge amount of glue under that doily sitting. If you're gonna just gently stitch it, you're gonna be able to do the adjustment. With the other sweater, I washed it multiple times because I pre-washed them and because I stitched them really well. Nothing happened, nothing moved. Just letting you know, because this is not my first rodeo with those, and I had issues previously. So that's why when I was doing a denim looking sweatshirt, I made sure I pre-washed them, I ironed them flat, and then I stitch them by hand. And if you are great with sewing machine, good for you. You're gonna do it way faster, and you're just gonna run around nicely around the design, and you're gonna have it done in the 3 times faster than I will, because I'm gonna be sitting here listening to the book or workshop and stitching them by hand. That's how I did the other sweatshirt. So I will see you in a few.